beekeeping as another business has its own challenges. In today's episode, we'll be looking at the challenges that you face as a beginner in beekeeping. My name is Magembe. Welcome to GWC. So the first challenge that you face as a beekeeper, it's getting the right equipment. So when most people start beekeeping, of course, you need to get the tools or the equipment so that you can start beekeeping. And the most important equipment that you need is an hive. For example, we have discussed this before. The best and the modern hive that most is the Langstroth hive. So if you don't get the right hive, what happens is that you will wait for your hives to be colonized, and you wait for a very long time, and your hives don't get colonized, and you'll be like, okay, what is happening here? Because depending on the materials the hive has been made of, all depending on how the hive has been made, if it's not done by a professional, there is a lot of people who know that hives are on demand, and they just start making hives, and without following the right measurement, the procedure, and doing exactly what needs to be done. So you will end up buying hives that have been made using the wrong timber or have not been constructed properly. And then once you put your hives to attract the bees, and you want to colonize them, you wait for very many months without actually colonizing the hive. So this is the first challenge. So of course, if you know that if you don't have bees in your hives, then of course there are no bees making honey, and then you are not a successful beekeeper, because you need the bees in your hives so that they can start producing the honey, wax, and all the bee products. So this is the first challenge. So whenever you are buying your equipment, this is why it's advisable that you need to talk to the right people. You need to talk to someone who has been doing beekeeping. Then they can guide you on your journey so that you can get the right tools to start the business. The second challenge that you will face as a beekeeper, it's actually about absconding. So what we have seen that yes, you can have bees colonize your hives. Then after some time, the bees just leave the hives and swim out. And this is usually because of predators. There are some predators that invade the hives, like the wax moth, spiders, sometimes the house lizards, and the surveillance. And these predators, once they get in the hive, what happens is that the bees, sometimes they try to chase them out, and they don't succeed. So when they don't succeed, they just abscond the hive and leave, and they go somewhere else where they'll be comfortable. So this is why we say that inspecting your hives is mandatory. You have to be inspecting your hives maybe once a month, and or checking them every 2 weeks to make sure that your colony is actually doing well. Because if you just buy hives, you colonize them, you leave them there, you want to wait 6 months to harvest, you come back, you might find that actually your bees are not doing well. So this is the second challenge, that these predators can make your bees to abscond the hive. The third challenge that we have seen, it's of course from people using pesticides. So of course, if people are using pesticides and herbicides, then of course this is not good for your beekeeping business, because of course one is that you don't want your honey to be contaminated. Second is that of course pesticides and herbicides, they kill the bees as they're looking for pollen and nectar. They can kill the bees. Of course, here in Africa, this is not as rampant as in the Western world, but still people are using herbicides and pesticides. So this is a challenge, and that is why we always urge people that where you're doing beekeeping, if you can talk to your neighbors, they can use natural methods, like they can use manure, and they can reduce the spraying of their crops. Then your beekeeping business will succeed. Another challenge that we have seen is that when people are harvesting contamination, when people are harvesting honey, I guess it's like the small scale farmers. People are still using traditional methods. So what happens is that people are not using the correct tools to actually harvest the honey, and in the process they contaminate the honey. So if handling of honey is not done well during harvesting, and that honey is food, then yes, honey is very good to our bodies. But of course, if handling has not been done well, then it can cause diseases. So this is another challenge. That is why we always advise beekeepers that let's try to keep very high hygiene standards, so that when we are harvesting honey, we are following the right procedures, we are using the right tools. When we are filtering the honey, we are not contaminating the honey, because this is food. You don't want this food to go affect people. Then of course you cannot succeed in this business. And then another challenge that we have seen is that bee products are very expensive. They are on demand. Honey is on demand, wax is on demand, propolis is on demand, venom is on demand. So what happens is that people have started realizing that they can make a lot of money from beekeeping, or from selling the bee products. So what some other people do, they start stealing. So theft is an issue to some, us we have not experienced that, but I know there are some other beekeepers I've talked to, say people come and they steal, they're alive with the bees, all. They actually harvest honey at night. And, you're expecting to harvest, but someone else has come and harvested the honey. So this is another challenge. So to avoid this, what other beekeepers have done is you construct an apiary that you can be able to lock the doors. You have your bees in the house, in-house. The way the people constructed the apiary is that, you have a wire mesh around the structure, and the structure is metallic, so that no one can be able to access the hives. But of course, the bees have enough ventilation to come in and out, so that you can avoid, you can lock out the thieves. So this is another challenge. So as you engage in this business, these are some of the things that you need to consider. And, you can see how you can be able to mitigate these challenges. And of course, the final challenge that we have seen is, as we have discussed before, bees are dangerous, more so the African killer bees. They're very aggressive. They protect their hive or their colony, and they protect the honey. So what happens if you're doing beekeeping where there are people and animals? This can be a danger to people and animals. So of course, if your bees kill someone, or they kill an animal, or someone is animal, this can be an issue, and you will not be able to succeed in beekeeping, because of course your neighbor is going to be hostile. So then what happens is that you make sure that safety is taken into consideration. You have signs telling people that look, bees are here and the bees are dangerous, and so that at least there is warning signs. And in the case you're working with the bees, if there is already neighbors around, you only do this at night when the bees are docile, so that by the following day the bees have calmed down, and then there is no issue. We take this very seriously, because safety is number one. So these are the challenges we have seen. So as you embark on this journey of beekeeping, make sure that you understand this business well, and you can see how you can mitigate these challenges. Again, beekeeping is a very important venture. I'm hoping you can be able to see. This is my apiary. This is my coffee farm, and this is my apiary. And we have the bees here, and looks like so far the bees love this kind of environment, and we are doing well. We're getting money from here. The bees are pollinating the coffee, and this is very successful. So we encourage you venture into this business, but make sure that you understand the business well, so that you can be able to succeed. So thank you for taking your time to watch a video and understand this business and understand the challenges. And if you been watching our videos and you have subscribed, thank you very much. And if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe so that we have a larger community, and we can be sharing this kind of information as we grow together. Thank you.